Don't hate me, but here's another round. I'm about to go do a recording session with my film scoring group for my advanced orchestration class. I do the percussion one today. I came a little early. I'm sitting here at the parking lot of El Pollo Loco. I came here about 2 hours early. I fasted today, so I've got an hour left until I can eat, or about 40 minutes, so I thought I'd just make a video of me just talking. I finished the Dochi thing. I finished the Dochi videos of her doing the artist way, and man, it was inspiring. And then I watched a video by a guy named The Career Archetypes, where he analyzes people's divine vocations and how they got to where they are. So yeah, I just thought I'd kind of go through some of my thoughts. He had some questions at the end that I thought were really interesting, so I thought maybe we could just go through these. And I don't really know. I'm just trying to be more vulnerable, to be honest with you, so I'm just trying to be open. Also, I look a little chunky. Yeah. So, cool. This is our therapy session. Also, I wrote this down on the in and out thing from yesterday, so bear with me. Okay, first question is, do you believe Dochi's level of success is unattainable for me? For me, if so, why? To be honest, I feel safer when I lock my doors because I don't want people to look around me and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I like what it's crazy because when I watch her videos, I just feel like she's just like all these other artists I know, friends of mine that are pursuing a career in art. People I've met in open mics, people I've met in in my classes, people that just are posting things, people I've met online, just people are pursuing this career in art and music. So she just seems like another person. So to me, it feels like two different versions of her. When I see the videos of her winning a Grammy and stuff. So I guess the first version of her just talking and just kind of her just being a quote unquote normal person, I feel like I can relate to that because that's just me, just living life, just pursuing her dreams and feeling all these insecurities, feeling these things about are they doing the right thing and they're not doing the right thing. But then when I see videos of her at a tiny desk or winning a Grammy, I'm it feels like two completely different people. And when I see that second person, the one that's winning the Grammy, is the one that's I'm scared of that person. Not because of who she is, but it's she's so confident and so sure of herself, and I feel like I'm not that. So to answer the question long-windedly, do I believe Dochi's level of success is unattainable for me? To be honest with you, honestly, yeah, I do. There's it's weird. It's there's a part of me that's yeah, I could see myself winning an Oscar or a Grammy. I want to bring my mom with me to, especially the Oscars. That's what I want to do. I want to take my mom to an Oscars. The first time I go to the Oscars, I want my mom to be by my side. So, and I want to thank her in my speech. Like I can I feel like I can envision myself like, because I'm comfortable talking to people and I'm comfortable like talking in front of crowds. So I feel like talking in front of like a Grammy or Oscars specifically, like, I mean, it's just like a bunch of lights and people, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm comfortable doing it, but at the same time there's like this like idea of like I'm not good enough for that. Like that's a different level. Like that's like for like superhumans, you know? A lot of people are like I'm not that. I'm just an average Joe. You know? I'm just an average guy. And yeah. I don't know. I feel weird talking about all this stuff. I'm trying to be more vulnerable. You know, I have this belief that like when I die, I want people to know like who I was as a person. That's why I believe so much in documenting everything, because it can be so, we can take it for granted, you know, like documenting, it's like, oh yeah, you can just like remember something, but like, first of all, I have a bad memory, so that doesn't work very well for me, but second, it's like how I'm feeling now, where I am right now, like I may never be like this again, you know? Like this might be, like I'm 29 now. I'm turning 30 this year, which is crazy. Like, yeah, I think of this time like when I was like at like IBC, like this my community college, and at the time I like was so upset because all my friends were at college, and I I really wanted to go to college. I was like looking at Snapchats and like my friends were in their dorms and they were like having fun, and they were like, you know, we're 18 years old and everybody was having a good time, and I had gotten rejected from pretty much all my colleges, and I was so upset by it because it wasn't like I chose to go to community college to be like financially stable, or like I was like forced to be there because I didn't have any other options. And so I just remember feeling really upset because it's like all my friends are having fun and they're like partying and doing this and that, and I'm still at home. And yeah, but then the funny thing is, like, I look back on that time as like one of my happiest times ever. Like I never, at the moment I didn't think so, but then I look back on it and I'm like, I was really like happy, and I was really like, you know, I was really in the thick of my grind. Like I was like working really hard, and I made like some of the closest friends like to this day have all been from that period of time. And it was only 2 years, but like it was such an impactful period. And also it taught me like about perseverance, and I think it was like one of the first times in my life where I set my mind to something and I actually accomplished it. And because I always had this belief that like I'm not good enough for that kind of stuff. Like I'm not that guy that gets that. Like you'll never get the girl. You'll never get that dream college. You'll never get that dream job. Like those are like out into heaven. Like those are like so far away from me. Like I'm gonna keep pursuing it, but I'm the kind of guy that pursues it but never gets what I actually want. But that was a time where I actually got it. Like I ended up getting to UCLA and Berkeley, and I actually got into like almost every school I applied to. I got to UC San Diego, got into Santa Barbara, rejected me, which I'm still a little butthurt by that, but it's okay. But I got into like UCLA and Berkeley, which like I never thought I was gonna get into, and I ultimately ended up going to UCLA, and like, you know, well, that's a whole other story, but like, it's crazy. It's just like, yeah, I went to UCLA, and it in a way it kind of shattered that like idea that I can't work towards something, or that I'm not worthy for something that I put my mind to or I pursue. Because that's how I feel towards music a lot of times. You know, I feel like I'm pursuing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing, and it feels like nothing is working. It feels like nothing is working. So I'm sorry, I keep going these tangents. I think I might have ADHD, but I don't want to check because I don't want another diagnosis. You know, I don't want to be OCD and depression and anxiety, and now on top of it, I also have ADHD. Like, it's too much. It's too much. So going back to the question, do I believe Dochi's level of success is unattainable for me? If so, why? And yeah, I don't think it is attainable for me, if I'm being honest. I feel like I'm not good enough for that kind of fame. Like, I'm not good enough for that kind of recognition. I'm scared of that recognition as well, because I'm scared of like, what if I do end up being in that position? Like, what if like by miraculous like means I'm standing on the Oscars, you know, stage, and like, I want to thank my mom and this and this, and then like I fucking get like canceled, or I let down all these people. Like, I'm scared of that. Like, at least like I'm scared of letting people down. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm too self-centered. All I do is think about myself and my glory. But sometimes you gotta put yourself first. I've put other people in front of me a lot of times in my life. And I like to do that. I like to help people. But it's also important that I take care of myself, because no one else. As I'm getting older, as I'm getting closer to 30, I realize that you kind of have to take care of yourself. Like, people will help you if you have a loving friends and family, but like no one's just gonna give you something, you know. And look at my belly. My mom says I got more round, and it makes me feel insecure. So let's cover that up, as I'm using literally an in and out thing and sitting in front of El Pollo Loco. This is why, Joe. Okay, so yeah, let's go into the next part. Number 2, what parts of the video made me uncomfortable? Is this an area I've been avoiding? So there's one part of the video that he talked about where he was saying like these beliefs, that she had, and that she had to like overcome them, but like it wasn't just like overcome them, it was like she had to like kind of like replace them with new beliefs, but like truly believe them. And the one that like really like hit me hard was like this idea of like being rejected if I'm being vulnerable. Like, I'm scared to be seen. Like, it's like in therapy, I just want someone to play with. In therapy, like, I've learned that I've put up these protection mechanisms, like these defense mechanisms, to give people like a more shallower version of me, because I've been hurt so many times of when I expose myself, like showing who I really am, that like I'm scared to like my inside is just like this scared little boy that's like just wants to feel good enough. And my protection mechanisms are like, okay, like let's protect you. But what's funny is that like, I mean, while it's good to have protection mechanisms, it's also like I feel like it's caused me to like have a certain limit to how far I can connect with people. You know, like, I'm only surface level. And I have this belief that, like, if I'm vulnerable, people are gonna think I'm weird or unlovable, or even like right now, like I'm having a hard time looking at the camera because I don't know why. I guess it's like facing like myself, and like I don't know. I'm scared of my friends seeing these videos and my family seeing this video, and like I get scared of my family. You know, I have a lot of shame when it comes around my family. I get scared that if my family sees it, they go like, they think there's something wrong with me. They like my family like are like a bunch of like we're like problem solvers, you know? Like if something happens, like we have to fix the problem. So if they see me, and maybe it's just in my head, I guess, idea that like if they see me being vulnerable and like saying like I'm feeling sad or this and this, like I feel like they're for, and they do it out of love. They don't do it out of a bad place. I don't think they're doing it from a bad place at all. But it's like, I feel like the immediate reaction is like, oh, how do we fix this? Like, okay, Joe, you're feeling sad. Okay, let's not feel sad. You know, let's do this and this and this. But it's like, I guess I'm not trying to be fixed right now. I just want to be seen. Like right now in this video, I just want to be heard for who I am, who I truly am, without needing to fix it. I think the fixing part comes from just feeling heard. You know, I just want to feel comfortable being vulnerable without being trampled all over and having like, oh, well, you need to do this. You know, we're in solving mode, we're in problem solving mode. You got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to change this way your life. Like those things, they, while they're great, they make me feel like more, that's what makes me protect myself and close off and be like, you know, I'm just not going to share anything because I don't want to share anything, because then I start feeling like I'm a problem, because that's how it makes me feel. It feels like there's a problem with me, and I don't know if it's necessarily a problem. I mean, it's just honest human emotion, you know? I mean, I feel sad from time to time, and that's okay. You know? That's just how it is. I mean, I'm okay with it. You know? That's what I love about my girlfriend. She's very supportive. You know, I feel very vulnerable around her, and I really like that about her. She makes me feel very safe. So, shout out Tia. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I just want to feel seen. And I feel like the more I try to protect myself and close myself off, I have these like I'm limiting myself for how much I can connect with somebody. And I feel the same way is true about my art. Like, the more I just try to put these like protection mechanisms of like, okay, let's like keep a boundary. Like, let me make art that feels safe, that feels digestible. Like, it keeps a certain boundary between how far I can go. Versus like, I want to make something where I'm just fucking like just like, it's my inner voice of just like this like messiness, this destructiveness, this like, you know, like it's not perfect, it's not like polished, it's not like, it's just fucking real. That's what I want. And but I get scared because I'm scared of like this like inner critic of like, if I do that, people are gonna be like, what the fuck, bro, what are you doing? Like, and then I think of my friends, like hanging out with them, and it's like, they're like, bro, I heard your new song, like, is everything okay? Like, I hate that shit. Like I appreciate it, it's nice, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. I just like, because then again, I feel like I'm a problem again. I'm like, I don't want to be a burden to you guys. Where you're like, oh, I'm sorry, like what's going on? Like, talk to me. Like, I feel like a again, like I feel like a problem, and I don't want to feel that way. Like, I just want to exist, just like fuck, shit, bitch, shit, whatever, you know, just like, whew, you know, just express myself and just have my music show up for how it is, and just, you know, be messy and just whatever it is. I don't know. And the funny thing is, I feel like once I'm able to actually get to that place, I think it's going to connect with people even deeper, because then people will actually see something real. But then in the back of my head, I keep having these things of like, thoughts of like, oh, your family's gonna think you're weird. Oh, your friends are gonna think you're weird. You know, and I don't think they think of it, and I don't even look, and I don't think they're doing it from a bad place. Because I know my friends are supportive of me. I know my family are supportive of me. I don't know. I just have this belief that like, if I'm vulnerable, if I'm show up too much, they're gonna reject me. And I'm scared to shit of rejection. I'm scared of being rejected and being isolated and lonely and alone. You know, I was running yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I was running. It was 2 days ago. I was running 2 days ago. I ran 16 miles, by the way. Just FYI, putting it out there. So I'm training for a marathon in like 2 or 3 weeks. And I ran 16 miles. I've never ran 16 miles in my life. So I'm proud of myself for that. But like, it got dark and it started raining a little bit, and like, I was on the beach running, and I remember it was kind of scary. Like, it was scary because it was like dark, and like there wasn't really anyone there. Like, literally, like I didn't see people for like maybe like in 30 minutes I might have seen 1 or 2 people. So it felt like, in a way, it felt very spiritual for me. Running is very spiritual for me, actually. But it felt very spiritual for me because it's like I was scared. I was really scared because I'm scared of the dark. I'm scared of getting hurt. I'm scared of, yeah, like the dark and stuff, and being by myself, even though I'm a grown-ass man. But there was also like something empowering about it at the same time. Like, I was like one of the only people there. Like, I guess I was just imagining it's like a representation of life, you know, like if I want to get to the top will be lonely. You know, in order to do something memorable, in order to be noteworthy, you have to be willing to separate yourself from the herd. So in a way, it felt like I was connecting with God, where it's like I'm running by myself and like I'm running into the abyss, but I'm also having this faith that like God will catch me and I'll be okay. And I was okay. You know, I didn't get hurt. I ended up finishing my whole 16 miles, and you know, but I guess it was there's moments of like true fear of like feeling alone, because I was running in the dark and I was alone on the beach, and I was like, is this what it's like to be fully alone? While it's beautiful in the sense that I felt I can connect with God so closely, because I mean, I was at the beach. I could see the sky and see the waves and the sand and everything, and I was by myself, but it was scary, and it made me realize like how much I just could not wait to go home and like just connect with somebody. So I don't really know where I'm going with this, but vulnerability, I'm trying to get more vulnerable because I want to connect with people at a deeper level, but there's that deep fear or belief that if I'm vulnerable, I'll be rejected and I'll be lonely and I'll be isolated. It's also why I'm scared of also success. I'm scared of getting so, big and like, ooh, people are looking up to me and people are inspired by me, and then fuck, man, I fuck it all up. Like, and now everybody hates me. Like, I'm truly scared of that. I am truly deeply scared of that. Like, it's an existential thing. And I guess that's something I have to work through, is changing my belief on that. Like, maybe I can be vulnerable and be accepted for who I am. Tia's making me see that, I feel comfortable, and safe being very vulnerable around her, like showing her the sides of me that I don't show other people, like the parts of me where I'm like the other day I was like crashing out, like I had been working a lot and I haven't really taken a break, and so I was burning out and I just fucking needed to crash out. And sometimes I'll just like scream into my pillow, or like I'll be in my car and I'll just like, ah, fuck, shit, like just like screaming. That's like for me, that's for me. But I did it in front of her. Like I was like, I warned her. I was like, hey, I'm gonna crash out. And I literally just like was on the couch and just like, fuck, shit, bitch, like into my pillow. And she was just witnessing this, and she was just like giving me this look of like, no, I still accept you. Like, if anything, it drew us closer, like, because she felt like she saw the true version of me. It wasn't this curated, oh no, I'm okay. It's this raw, disgusting, messy version of me. And to feel accepted by that, it feels nice. So I guess that's a belief that I can work through, is that I guess what I'm learning from that is vulnerability can be scary because it can lead to people, like it's an open wound. Like people can, had I done that in front of the wrong person, they could have made my fears come to fruition, right? Like I'm crashing out and they're like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? What's wrong with you? Like then all these things come, and then I start clamming up like, oh shit, like, oh no, bro, look, I'm good. Like, and then I start making excuses. Oh no, I just had a really bad day, and trust me, this will never happen again. This is a one-time thing. Like, I start making up all these excuses, but I don't really know what the lesson here is. I mean, it's teaching me that it's possible. Maybe that's what I need to start with. Maybe it's not all the time because it depends on the right person, but it's possible. Maybe I should start there. Yeah, it's possible for me to be vulnerable and to be accepted in my vulnerability. So like right now I'm doing these like this talk where I'm just opening up and stuff. I'm sure there's gonna be some people that watch it and they're like, bro, what's wrong with you? Oh dude, what's wrong with you? But then it might actually bring me closer to some people. Some people might see this and feel the same. They might accept me, Woo! I guess it's like, I think about how like sometimes when I watch videos of other people being vulnerable and I'm just like relating to it, and I'm like, oh shit, man, like I feel that way, like when I was watching these Dochi videos, I feel this way. Like I felt that before. I felt that, and it's because she was vulnerable that it allowed me to kind of connect with her in that way. had she been more like, oh man, I'm good, I don't feel insecure, I'm good, I'm like, no, I've always known this is good, this is like there's like a limit. Like I feel like, okay, that's cool, like, I can kind of relate to that. There's a limit to how much I can relate to her or how much I can connect. But when she's saying like, oh no, I do feel insecure about this, I do feel this and this, it's real. And I like that. Like, I think realness is what I need in my life. So anyways, yeah, that was the second thing. I got one more question, I mean, number 3. Also, I'm breaking my fast in about 10 minutes, so I'll try to wrap this up soon. Number 3, if I've ever attempted to pursue something in the past that was close to my heart and gave up, what caused me to stop? Or if I haven't pursued something close to my heart, why not? I'm leaning more towards the first part because I am a pursuer. I tend to just go for things and just try to figure it out on the way. Whether it's women, whether it's, trying new diets, as you can see, whether it's my career, I am a pursuer, so that's something I am proud of myself for. I don't give up. But there have been times where I have felt like I gave up. Like, I have this belief of like not wanting to work with people in music, because I remember when I was like younger, when I was like 13, I was in this band called the Oscars, which is funny that I say that now. I was in a band called the Oscars with my friends, and I remember I was trying to push us. I was like, yeah, man, like I wrote us a song and we recorded it and we won Battle of Bands, and like, I don't know, maybe I've always had this thing in me where I'm like I'm so passionate about music, I like take it to the nth degree. Like, I don't want to just do something like a little bit. I'm like, no, we're gonna take it all the way. And like, I remember like I was writing these songs and I was trying to get us to, play more shows, and I was trying to get us to, play harder songs and try to do X, Y, and Z. And maybe this is the way I interpreted it, but anyways, they ended up kicking me out of the band. And the way I have always kind of interpreted or believed was I was too difficult. I pushed too much. Like I sucked the fun out of it. Like, because we're all friends, and like maybe they just wanted to just hang out and just have like a good time, and like just have music to play, but then have a good time. But like for me, it's like I was like, no, I want to be like the next big thing. I want to be like Muse. Like Muse started when they're in high school. Like I want to like let's do something. We have something here. And then they kicked me out of the band, and I felt like I was too much. I was too much for them. Maybe I went too hard. And then later on, this has kind of happened over and over again, with Cameron when I was working with Memo 71, and I felt like I was pushing him too hard, and he eventually quit working with Memo 71. And so I became a solo act again. And then there was another band I was part of called Winter Bear Riot, and I thought we were doing really well. This was like after college. I was like, wow, it seemed like we really got good chemistry, we're good friends, we have a good sound, we recorded a couple songs. And same thing, I was like, guys, let's push this. I want to go on tour, I want to like record this and this and this. And then it seemed like some of the guys, and I'm not blaming any of them or anything like that, but like some of the guys like had other pursuits. They want, like, one of them was like going to med school, the other one like was getting a job, like a more stable job, and this was more just like a hobby. Other one moved back to Florida, and so like I felt again that feeling of when I was like 13 years old of like am I being too much? Like, am I difficult to work with? And then that's what kind of made me just go more into producing and composing. It's like, I literally went into ChatGPT and was like, what's like, a career that I can do where I just get to be a solo person. And they were like, oh, composing's a good one. And in a way, that's kind of why I chose composing. I mean, I love writing, but it's also like there's this fear that like if I work with people, I'm gonna be too much. Dochi talked about this as well, and she was saying how like she recognized that she was the problem. So maybe I am the problem. Maybe there's something about my style. Dochi was saying something about like her leadership style was not right, or like it was there's different. She thought she had the only way of doing things, and if people didn't do it her way, then it was what it was. Like they're gonna go their separate ways. I sometimes feel that way a little bit, where I'm like very hard-headed. Like, no, I want it to be like this. I want it to be like this, and then maybe that's why people get pushed away from me. So maybe that's something I need to work with, is collaborating more, because I know collaboration is important, but I have this belief that I'm too much. So, alright, what was the question? If I've ever attempted to pursue something in the past, was close to my heart, and gave up, what caused me to stop? I guess that's like one thing, is like working with people, other musicians, because I'm scared that I'm gonna be too much for them. Then there's also belief, I don't know why, I guess there's also this belief that like no one's gonna match my grind, but I guess that's kind of like a toxic belief, because I feel like I like work really hard, because I get so like into it, like, you know, like today, like, okay, yesterday we had class, and our professor assigned us this homework, and he said you have 2 weeks to finish it because it's a big homework assignment. And of course, you know what I did? I fucking finished it today, in one day, in like 2-3 hours. And it wasn't because I'm trying to be extra, or maybe I am trying to be extra, but like I just got so hyped. I just like got working on it. I started working on it last night, and then I started over again this morning, and then I finished it and I submitted it. And I even wrote in my submission though, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sending this in so early, you know. And then we have another assignment for my other class, my advanced orchestration class, that's due next Friday. Like, it's not even due in this week, and I went and finished it already, and I submitted it. And it's like, I'm proud of myself, because like it's something, okay, I don't want to change about myself, because I do work really hard, and I get when it comes to music especially, like I work, I mean other aspects as well, I can really grind and just, you know, but music, like when I'm passionate about something, I'm ready to go. And so sometimes I have this like fear that like people won't match me on that. But then there's also that like thought of like, I guess there's that like belief of like when I'm a kid, like, am I being too much? Like, is this too much? And I don't want to have that belief, because I think it can be a superpower. Like, because I have created some amazing artwork, and I have also just, if there's one thing I can do, is I can fucking work on, you know, like I don't give up. That's something that I'm proud of. Like, I'm proud that I don't give up. I'm proud that I continue to push forward, and I pursue things fully, and if someone gives me something to do, I'm gonna do it, you know. And I like to try to do it as fast as possible, and the highest quality as possible, and just like, you know, I try to, because I want it to be out there. Like, I want to like I want more. I want more artwork out there. I want to just keep posting music and posting videos and putting myself out there. And, you know, I mean, like, why sit around? Like, why sit around and just, I mean, I guess because I've done that. I've sat around and done nothing, where I'm like, have all these songs on my hard drive, but then it's like, and I like listen back to them, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool song, you know. And then I imagine it's like perfect moment of like how I could release it when I'm famous, and like finally like all my music is polished, and then I'm gonna release like this EP of like unreleased tracks from when I was younger. Like, I say it out loud and it sounds so dumb. Like, I'm I mean, yeah, maybe I could do that, but also, like, I got to a point where I'm like, bro, just fucking release it. Like, just release that shit. Like, what? I'm not doing anyone favors by holding on to this. Actually, I'm mostly doing myself a disservice by holding on to it, because I want to share this. I want people to see it. But again, it comes out of vulnerability of, like, I'm scared what people are going to think. I'm scared of being too much. Like, am I posting too much? Am I doing this too much? So in a way, maybe it's also a vulnerability thing. Like, I'm being vulnerable by going so hard at things. But so I want to look at the way I have that belief. I want to look at it as more like, it is my superpower. That is my superpower, is that I am very passionate about it, and I don't give up, and I keep pushing forward. And that's the thing about me, is like, I'm just gonna keep going. Like, all the shit that's gonna happen, I'm just gonna keep going. You know, if someone gives me an assignment, I'm gonna do it. And I get very hyped, and I'm just like I don't want to sit around and just like wait and be like, I'm gonna wait till the last minute. Like, no, like I want to do it. If I have the energy, I'm just gonna go and do it. You know? So I don't want to look at that as like me being too much. I think that's my superpower. It's one of my strengths. But maybe there's a way I can harness that in a way where I don't have to. I still want to be able to work with people, you know? Because I have to work with people, right? Do I want to work with people? I mean, I do, and I don't. I don't know, actually. What do I want when it comes to collaborating? I don't know, man. I want to make music. I guess there's this belief that, like, when I collaborate, the art gets diluted. Like, it's not the purest it could be. Like, if I make it myself, it's as pure as possible because it's exactly the way I imagined it. But if someone else touches it, it's not as pure. It's like, no, like, they made it not as good. But that's not a correct belief, because there's been so many times where somebody will add something that, the beauty about collaborating is people can add parts that I myself like can do something differently to me, which is a good thing. Like, when I work with Cameron, like, I could have written the vocals, which I have written vocals for myself for my own beats, but like when he brings his vocal style to it and his way of singing and his melodies and his lyrics, like, he brings something completely new to it, and that's what actually makes it interesting, because it's like I bring my style to it, I make the most I can with what I'm doing, and then he brings something unique to it. It's also like, you know, one of my childhood best friends, Tibor, he's like a drummer. I always loved playing music with him because every time I gave him what I was making, like, he would always write a drum part that's like better than anything I could have ever written. And had I been like, no, I'm gonna write the drum part, yeah, I'm gonna do this, it's like, it's kind of limiting him, actually. It's limiting the drums, what they could be, and him bringing something in. So maybe it's about collaborating with the right people, because I have collaborated with people where I feel like, oh, I could have done this better. But maybe that's just me being selfish or cocky. I don't know. But I do like that aspect, though, of finding people that can kind of like fill in those gaps. Like, I'm not a good singer, so, or I'm not a bad singer, but I'm not the best singer. So having someone that can do a better job singing, like Cameron, fills that role very well, and so he was able to fill that in. Or I'm not the best with like drums and percussion, so having Tibor do that's really fills it in. So maybe that's more of the collaboration aspect. I'm really gonna have to sit with this, because collaboration is a big one that I need to figure that shit out. I don't know. Okay, it's time to break my fast, so I am gonna go get some El Pollo Loco and do my recording session. Okay, yeah.